Hello everyone and welcome back to this evening where I'm going to cook paneer. For all the potluck parties, all my friends and my family, everyone loves the amazing paneer which we cook and lot many times I get this request from my friends to post a recipe on how exactly I make this dish. So I thought of making a video on that. So let's check out all ingredients we need to make a paneer, or you can call it as a cottage cheese. You can also use tofu instead of cottage cheese, but this is the same recipe to cook all both of them. Then you can use any butter. I generally prefer the Amul butter, and then you can use this. You get in Whole Foods Organic the tomato soup. You can even use slice and use tomatoes. A little bit of curd. For topping, I sometimes use a little bit of hot and sweet ketchup, but I think you can skip if you want to have a more healthier option of a paneer or cottage cheese or tofu. Onions, bay leaf, garlic, and ginger, and then cumin seeds, turmeric. The spices generally I used are the red chili powder, the garam masala powder, and the kitchen king. I love the MDH brands because they really make very good spices, but you can prepare all of this at home as well. I'll make different videos to cover that, but for now I'm using MDH brand or red chili powder, garam masala, and kitchen king masala. So, and then a pinch of salt and sugar as per your taste levels. So let's get started. So I have added the bay leaves, cumin seeds, onions. You don't really have to make it or make like into small chunks and pieces. The bigger onions are okay because we are going to take them out of the blender, so it's all right. Then I added the bay leaf, the ginger and garlic. You can add green chili if you want, but if you're not a spicy eater or you don't want to have green chili in your everyday food recipe, it's not really healthy to have everyday green chili or red chili in your diet. So you can skip that on daily basis, but when you're cooking something for a party, you can use green chili and hot and sweet ketchup because it really adds more flavor. So also one important thing is I also add cardamom powder and fennel seeds. They really add awesome taste to your cottage cheese. So you might want to even add fennel seeds and like crush them in the blender, of course, but fennel seeds and cardamom powder. It's really adds a great taste, especially when you're cooking this for some parties. I also, when I cook for a general dinner or lunch for my family, I do add those two elements to this to create more flavor. So I have added all the spices, the red chili powder, the garam masala powder, and the kitchen king masala as well. And I'm going to mix this so it gets properly blended with all the spices. This will add more taste to your dish. After some time, I'm going to add the tomato soup. You can even add tomatoes if you don't have the soup, but this brand is really great. We also use it to make just a tomato soup with a garlic bread sometimes as an appetizer. It's really, you get it in Whole Foods Organic or even in Publix, but it is it's really very tasty. So just try to add more of this because for paneer you often add more of the tomato soup or the tomatoes. So if you're adding tomatoes, for this combination you take one onion and piece of ginger and garlic, and one tomato. If it's big, it's fine, or you can use two small tomatoes. I'm going to add a little bit of salt, and if you want you can add a little bit later when you prepare the gravy. make sure. It's okay to add less salt and then add it more as per your taste levels, but don't add too much of salt because then it's very difficult to correct. You might want to add more sugar if you land in a situation where you have added more salt, or you might want to add more water to it, but to nullify the effect of the salt. But try to add very less salt and then keep adding more if required. Now in the same pan, remove all the spice, the onions, everything into a blender. This is what I've done. And in the same pan, just add some butter. Let the butter melt. Now over here I have cut into pieces the paneer cubes, or the tofu, or you can call it, it's paneer is basically a cottage cheese, but I said you can also use tofu if you want to, the same recipe to cook tofu. So these are some of the pieces. I have sprinkled some red chili powder and very little of garam masala so it doesn't become too spicy, but this is just so the paneer gets a lot of taste over here. So I've done that and I have mixed it, and I'm going to put this in the pan where I had earlier put some butter. Let the paneer which are blended with the spices roast on the butter for some time. This is the paste from the blender. Mostly I add cashew nuts unless you have an allergy to cashew. You can skip cashew. Today I didn't have cashews at my home and I realized after starting the shoot, so I skipped cashews for today. It still tastes good, but you can add cashews if you're not allergic to it. It will add more taste to your palate, so you can do that. Now I'm quickly going to add the blended paste from the mixer or the blender to this pan where we were roasting the paneer cubes. Let it mix and cook for some time. Then I'm going to pour a little bit of water and curds towards the end, but let it cook for some time. So honestly, you can skip adding the yogurt, but you know, I add it sometimes when I'm cooking for a party, lunch or dinner. I add a little bit of yogurt. It really gives more like a restaurant style taste. So I'll add yogurt. You can skip this and you can add a ready-made creamer which you get, or you can boil milk and add as well. So it depends on how you want to do it, but because I have added yogurt, add a little bit of salt and make sure you add like at least 2 spoons of sugar, or it will taste a bit sour otherwise. So it's better to add 2 spoons of sugar to this. So our paneer cottage cheese is ready to be served. I poured it on rice. So I just sprinkled it with a little bit of ketchup and coriander leaves. And this is the awesome paneer ready. So guys, enjoy your lunch or dinner, and it's very simple. If you don't have all the spices I have mentioned, doesn't matter. Ginger, garlic, onions, tomatoes and red chili flakes will still do a flavor, and butter. So you can do it very quickly in a simplest way, but if you want to follow my recipe, you can do it once in a while if you have a party, or you're taking it for any potluck or to your office party, or serving it to a number of people. I think you can make it in this style. So see you everyone with another recipe on the corner. Take care. If you like this, please hit the like button and subscribe, and do comment us if you need more recipes to be posted. Good night.